Hi, don't skip. Let me tell you a very interesting story on two characters, Kennedy Agyapong and Bawumia. Let's define their place in recent history. Who is Kennedy Agyapong and who is Bawumia? As a young man who has decided not to travel, as a young man who has decided to stay in Ghana and build, this is my perspective on these two individuals according to recent history. So who is Kennedy Agyapong? You would want to define Kennedy Agyapong as a businessman, a former member of parliament. You would want to call him a firebrand who stood against a whole establishment, went against the whole NPP establishment in a presidential or flag bearership election. He lost, but despite all odds, he stood against this whole establishment and he made the grassroots believe again. He's a proven doer than a talker. His message, we need more doers and not talkers, stood or resonated so much with so many party faithfuls and grassroots individuals. From then, he became a true contender. Now, who is Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia? Bawumia is an economist. He's a technocrat. And he's a former deputy governor of the Bank of Ghana. He was brought to the front line of politics by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo in 2008, 2012, and 2016. They succeeded in 2016. When they tried so many times, the NPP advised Nana Addo, you've gone once, twice with him, it's not working, won't you change him? But Nana Addo still said, no, I want this man because this man is a fine economist. And looking at the history of Ghana and how our economy has been mismanaged, I think he's the right candidate. So Dr. Bawumia quickly gained prominence or rose to messiah status after he gave his lectures on the economy. Where he questioned and gave so many questions to the NDC that they weren't able to answer. NPP and Ghanaians in general felt we had the messiah, the one who was about to salvage the whole situation and turn the whole economic situation around like he claimed. Fast forward, they gave him the mantle and he wasn't even able to replicate everything he said. But he's a fine economist on paper, but when he was given the job, he failed his very own father and the president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who chose him specifically because of that, his merit. He proved to us for the first time that he's more of a talker than a doer. Because all the things he said, I am going to arrest the dollar, I am going to change this economy around, we are not going back to IMF, we are not going to introduce nuisance taxes. All of these things happened right under his watch. Now, this is where it gets interesting. His 8 years spell with Nana Addo, we all know how it ended. It ended with our economy in shambles, the dollar which had skyrocketed, businesses collapsing. But it shouldn't have been so, because Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo chose him solely on the merit that your man, that is Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia, would be able to salvage the situation since he was an economist, since he had fine theories on paper. So everybody believed in him. But they ended up dragging our economy in shambles. But as a father that Nana Addo is, he said he wanted to give him a second chance. Just like any father who loves his child. Even if the child is not doing it right or getting it right, Nana Addo thought, but I'm the one who introduced him into politics, so I might as well help him redeem his image for the second time. Just like Mahama did, and he won president the second time. His first term wasn't good, but the second term was good. So Nana Addo decided, went against everybody in the NPP just to give his son, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, the economist, a second chance. He rallied the whole of the NPP establishment against anybody who stood in the way of Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia. What did Nana Addo do? Nana Addo came to save Bawumia in this situation. He rallied everybody in the NPP, ministers, MPs, NMDCs, everybody against Kennedy Agyapong. He pushed everybody to support and to vote for Bawumia. They supported him with cash and in kind, everybody. But everybody supported him based on their loyalty for Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo wanted Bawumia to succeed so much, and he wanted Bawumia to be able to what? Redeem his image and be able to turn things around for himself. as a lone person, because Nanado had tutored him through, had guided him, had opened or paved the way through to the way of politics for him, and had paved the way and led him to the top where he could even contest for flag bearership. So literally, his father Nanado had spoon-fed him throughout his journey. Everything was cheap. And when the very first time he was supposed to be tested to see if he's a viable material, to see if he can stand on his own, to see if he can go to Ghanaians and talk to Ghanaians and appeal to Ghanaians, Nanado still came to save the situation for him and bulldozed their way through the NPP administration and made him a flag bearer. Popular amongst those who supported him are Dr. Brian Agyapong, who financed him so heavily, and Dr. Yao Osei Edichum, who was purportedly very close to being his running mate. Now, these people who supported him because of their loyalty to Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Bawumia are contesting against him in today's race. Now, Dr. Brian Agyapong is a flag bearer running against Dr. Bawumia, who he supported heavily, financially, and in kind. Dr. Yao Osei Edichum, who Bawumia wanted to make his running mates. Why? Because they are proving that they do not trust in Bawumia running alone. Bawumia is not a doer, but they did it, or they were coerced into doing it because of the love and loyalty for their father, or Bawumia's father, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. But Kennedy Agyapong did not go that route. So what happened in the main election and how His Excellency John Dramani Mahama bullied and bulldozed his way through Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia only shows or confirms that, one, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia is a daddy's boy who cannot do anything without the backing of the establishment or without the Nana Akufo-Addo factor. On which basis? On the basis that, yes, Dr. Bawumia claims that he campaigned so much for the NPP, so they won so many northern region seats, which is true. When you were running mate for Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Akufo-Addo was the A side or the factor. Yes, through your economic lectures, Dr. Bawumia also claims that, yes, he won a lot of votes for the NPP during these times. It's true. And this was because he had the support of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. But when they told Dr. Bawumia to do it alone, when they told him or gave him the mantle to do it alone, he lost and lost woefully when Akufo-Addo wasn't behind him and he was the face. So it brings me to this question. If you're not a daddy's boy and you have a mind of your own and you can do it by yourself, how did you feel this time woefully? So many seats you won for the NPP. How did you lose it? Because Kofo won in those regions, Nanado won in those regions, but when you were chosen to be the leader, you lost all those seats. So how do you attribute that to you being the person who campaigned for those votes, or you being the factor as to why they voted the NPP? This time around, Dr. Bawumia goes against Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, who is a proven doer, who has done it alone. He has proven in times without number that he does not need any ministerial appointments to shine. He does not need anybody to baby him or put him on a pedestal to shine. He has proven that even amongst 276 members of parliament, he can shine, whether it's in NDC's era or we are in the tenure of the NPP. He's proven that he is a doer. He can stand alone on any day and shine, even in the business world. He's proven against Dr. Bawumia that even when the whole establishment was against him, he was able to do it and he was able to excel. As against Dr. Bawumia, he's been able to pull 37.41% by himself, as against Dr. Bawumia, who had the whole establishment and was able to get about 67%. Now, these are the conclusions I've come to. The truth about this flag bearership race is that Dr. Bawumia, without his father Akufo-Addo, is overly exposed. He hasn't proven he can do it alone, because when he was left alone in the economy, we all saw how it went. He was the head of the economic management team and he took us back to IMF. The dollar, he wasn't able to arrest the dollar like he said, and he put our economy in shambles before he left. And when he was given the chance, he was no longer talking about the economy. He was now talking of digitalization or digitalization. He wasn't even talking about the economy no more. Why is it that as a man who premised all your arguments on the economy and you gain messiah status through giving economic lectures, all of a sudden comes to the helm of affairs to lead your people, and you're not even talking about the economy no more because of how bad you mismanage the whole economy? He has proven that without the establishment, Without all the MPs, the MMDCs backing him, who does he have in his corner? He only has Abronye DC and he has Chairman Wontumi still in his corner, because the very people who supported him through with money, like Dr. Brian Agyapong, the very person who he was targeting to be his running mate, Dr. Yawose Duchum, is also running in the same position against him. So they have proven that they do not even have confidence in him. Third, Dr. Brian Agyapong and Dr. Yawose Duchum have proven that they only supported him just because of the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo factor. And they do not believe Dr. Bawumia can stand on his own and win. That is why they are running against him. Fourth, it is also true that Dr. Bawumia is now going to start from 0% without the establishment. In this how the flag bearership primaries, you understand, race, we would say it's true that Dr. Bawumia without the establishment is going to what? Start from 0, because he only has 2 people in his corner right now. That is Wontumi and Abronye DC. We could also state that Dr. Brian Agyapong is also going to start from 0% because he's fairly new. And we could also say that Dr. Yawose Duchum, former education minister, but we could also say that he's going to start from 0 because they have not all been tested single-handedly. They have not done it alone, even though they have succeeded in certain parts of the administration, with the exception of Dr. Bawumia, who wasn't able to handle his administration alone. But we could also say that it's true that Kennedy Agyapong is the only candidate that is going to start this whole thing with 37.4%, because he did it alone in the previous one and he had 37.41%. The 76,996 people that voted for Kennedy Agyapong are still waiting for him. They form the 37.41%. We can also inferably say that Dr. Bawumia hasn't done it alone before, so he's going to start from 0%. We can also state that Dr. Brian Agyapong is fairly new, so he's going to start from 0%. And Dr. Yawose Duchum is also fairly new. He's also going to start from 0%. They have all done it alone in their respective fields. That's Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Education. But we cannot say the same for Dr. Bawumia because of how bad he handled the economy. So we can say both of them excelled, but Dr. Bawumia didn't excel in handling the economy or being a vice president who topped as being the head of the economic management team. If the election is today, they are going to start from 0%, but Kennedy Agyapong is going to start from 37.41%. In view of this, as a person who loves Ghana and who loves the NPP, please stay connected. I am Emmanuel the 600. You can call me 600 the God, and I am signing out.